Hello everyone. Today in Unit 3 Optoelectronics, we will discuss semiconductor photodetectors, PIN diodes, materials, working principle and characteristics. So the principle of photodetector is internal photoelectric effect, that is when light is incident on an intrinsic semiconductor, electrons will go from valence band to the conduction band, which will create electron hole pair generation. Now this increase of charge carriers occur within the semiconductor and this effect is called internal photoelectric effect. So whatever the charge carriers are created will increase the conductivity in the semiconductor here. That is called photoconductive effect here. Now next one, the topic is photodetectors. So these are devices that absorb optical energy and convert into the electrical energy here. And the principle of this detector is internal photoelectric effect. We have three main types of photodetectors: photodiodes, PIN diodes and avalanche photodiodes. So the first we will see what is electron hole pair generation here. The principle is internal photoelectric effect. That is, when a photon is being incident, then the electron will go from valence band to the conduction band. This is called electron hole pair generation here. This is the principle of internal photoelectric effect. This is the energy band diagram of an photodetector here. This is a P type, N type. In photodetector, it is connected in an reverse bias, that is P to the negative, N to the positive. So when it is connected in reverse bias, a photon is being incident in the depletion region. So when the photon is being incident here, electron will move from valence band to the conduction band. So electron and hole pair photogeneration will take place. So this electron, because of reverse bias, this electron move towards the N side and hole will move towards the P side. That is, electron and hole are swept apart from each other because of an reverse because of electric field present in the this junction region, or we can see that because of potential difference which is there in the depletion region, there will be an electric field. So because of electric field, these electrons and holes are swept apart from each other here. Now we'll go for the photodetectors. We have seen the energy band diagram. Now this is the structure here, P type and N type. So P connected to the negative and connected to the positive, a reverse bias condition here. So a photon is incident to the entire PN junction here. Now this is a depletion region. As it is a reverse bias, we have a large depletion region. Okay, so when the photon is incident here, the principle is internal photoelectric effect. So electron and hole pair generation will take place. Now this is the junction region here. This is the junction region or depletion region. So this is P type and this is N type here. So because when photon is incident, electron hole pair are generated here. As we know that at this junction here, we have difference in the potential. So the potential difference will be there. So because of this, an electric field will be present at the junction. Now due to presence of an electric field, whatever the electron and hole pair are created here, they are just swept apart from each other. That is, due to presence of an electric field, drift will take place. That is, the electron and hole whatever are created in this depletion region here, because of presence of an electric field at the depletion region or the junction region, the electron will move towards the N side and hole will move towards the P side because of drift. Now we can expect the photon to be instead in this P type and the N type, that is away from the depletion region. But whatever the charge carriers is produced here, because we don't have any electric field away from this junction here, we have potential but we don't have an electric field. So they just move randomly, or it may recombine also here. So this is the principle of an photodetectors here. So the charges are separated when photon is being incident. They are used in two ways: photoconductive mode and photovoltaic mode. This is the diagram for the photoconductive mode. It is a reverse biased, which is left short circuit here externally here. So mainly this photoconductive will be used in the detectors here. This is mainly a reverse bias which is used in photodetectors here. Now photovoltaic, it is left and open circuit here, and external measurable voltage will appear between P and N here. mainly this photovoltaic mode will operate for the solar cell here. So if you see, this is photoconductive, a reverse bias which is used in detectors, photovoltaic zero bias which is mainly used in solar cell here. So PIN photodiode. Now before we have seen photodetector here, then why we are coming for the PIN? The principle is same here, internal photoelectric effect here. Here in the PIN, we are introducing an intrinsic region between the P and N here. That is, we are we are incident or we are inserting an intrinsic material such that we want to have a large capture area here. So the main purpose to go for a PIN photodiode is to have a large capture area for the photons to incident here. So we take a p-type n-type semiconductor which are heavily doped here. So p-type and n-type heavily doped. Now this entire depletion region will or intrinsic region will act as a depletion region. So we have a large depletion region. So this entire intrinsic is acting as a depletion region for us here. Okay. So here also same, the photon is being incident into the entire p-n region. So when photon is incident, electron hole pair generation takes place, that is nothing but internal photoelectric effect. Now we have seen these are the immobile charge carriers here, donors and acceptor here. Now at the junction, at the depletion region here, we have an electric field here, that is because of an potential difference. So because of an electric field, these charge carriers will drift apart from each other randomly. Why? Because this p-type and n-type is heavily doped here, and because of that they just move randomly when photon is being incident, and this charge carriers whatever is produced here, this electron will move towards the n side and hole will move towards the p side here. So this whatever the charge carriers which are moving in this inside the semiconductor will gives us a current in our external circuit here. So in the PIN photodiode, the charge carriers are generated in depletion region. If you see the diagram here, the charge carriers which are produced in the depletion region will only gives us the current in our external circuit. Whereas the charge carriers which are produced away from the depletion region here, they doesn't contribute the current in our circuit. They just move randomly or may recombine here. So only this center part. This center part is the part which gives us the current to our external circuit in the detectors. It may be PIN or a photodetector here. So the charge carriers generated in the P region or N region carry only small electric current. Now when light or a photon is incident on a PIN diode, the most of the energy is absorbed by the intrinsic. Why? Because intrinsic or the depletion is made very wide here. The intention is to have a wide depletion region because to have a large capture area here. If you have a large capture area, we can have more number of electron and a hole pair, which gives us more current in our external circuit here. So the free electrons generated in the intrinsic region, so electron will move towards the n side and hole will move towards the p side here. So the free electron and a hole will just move swept apart from each other and gives us a current here. Now this separation between the P region and N region in PIN photodiode is very large because of wide depletion region here, and the junction capacitance will be very less here. If you see the diagram here, this is the immobile charge carriers, negative and the positive, which act as a capacitors. That is, if you see here, we have the two points to go for the PIN diode is first one to have a large capture area. That's why we have a large depletion region by inserting the intrinsic layer. Second point is to have a junction capacitance get decreases. That is, if you see C is equal to epsilon A by D. So D is very large. That means the junction capacitance will be small. So if the junction capacitance is small, its efficiency will be more here, and the frequency response will be more. So the junction capacitance will be very small in the case of PIN diode. In PIN photodiode, most of the electrical current is carried by charge carriers generated in depletion region only here. Yes, in the diagram we have seen only the charge carriers which are produced in the depletion region will only gives us a current in our external circuit here. That is, this movement of the electrons in this side gives us the current in our circuit. So As the depletion region is wide, most of the incident photon are absorbed in the region and the efficiency of the device is high. Now we have a dark current. When there is no photon is incident, whatever the current we get, that current is called a dark current, which is very small, which is created due to the minority charge carriers. Now these are the VA characteristics of the photodiode. Photodiode continuously operate in a reverse bias only here. This is a reverse bias here. The photocurrent is nearly independent of the reverse bias voltage. Yes, and we zero luminescence condition, that is when no photocurrent is there, we have almost a small dark current, zero current we call here. It is in the order of nanoamperes. The maximum photocurrent is incomplete by the power dissipation of the photodiode. So this is about the photodiodes and PI in photodiode. Thank you.